What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? And to answer Luke Might's question, yes, I did get fired. I did get fired from. No, I didn't. I'm lying to you. It's been a month, almost a month since I've got promoted at my day job. So I got promoted, and it took up basically all of my time training, learning, doing a lot of fucking closing shifts, having to do opening shifts and being extremely too tired to work. But I'm back. I'm going to try to be back as best as I can, even if it's just for Wednesday shows. I'm going to try my best to do the Monday and Tuesday shows, but that's not going to be a guarantee at the moment, at least. Working on my schedule, though. Slam Hub Wrestling here says, I thought Nick got released. Fuck, I did too at some points. Did you guys miss my cuss words? Because I missed cussing. I'm very, very glad to be back. I talked about it in a article written up on the website a couple weeks ago, right before the clock struck midnight on January 1st.
June?
On January 1st, talking about kind of what's in store for not only the channel, but just like what we have intending to do in 2019. There is so much. Like Nicholas, Tim, and I yesterday kind of sat down and had a very, very good discussion about what we want to do, things we want to start implementing. We're taking some risks, doing a lot of shit out of comfort zones to make sure that you guys are happy, that we're happy. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for everyone to experience it. To give you a little peek behind the curtain, not going to reveal anything too exciting, but you're going to get a ton more videos and a ton more hours worth of podcasting. I hope you guys are excited for that. And Tim, now that I said it, you have no fucking choice but to do it with us now. Joke's on you.
I was doing it, buddy
That's
boy.
very true. Thank you, Noah Nolan Perfect, saying, oh, Jesus, Nick is finally back. I guess he really wasn't fired. I was fired. Oh, gosh. But, as I drink some water there is a new kind of outlaw, a very, very small independent promotion. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They're called, fucking All Wrestling Elite or something like that. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, Tim.
Yeah.
Real small independent promotion.
Oh, super small.
Super small. They signed like a couple like ringers.
They've got like a 10-man roster.
Yeah, it's nothing. All jokes aside, Jesus Christ, AEW shaping out to be very, very interesting. That's what we're gonna kick off today's Wednesday show with. Is oh, you didn't use the other thumbnail you showed me.
Not yet.
Okay. Man, AEW signed young guys, familiar faces. Really, really outstanding talent. A guy that's injured that wears cool glasses, and a signing that did Jericho shock you? Yes and no.
Okay, yeah, because here's the thing. Jericho showing up didn't shock me that much, but then when they posted the video of him signing a contract, that's what shocked me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think he would sign.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
He signed a contract. They have a video of him and Tony Khan signing it.
So let's talk a little bit about All Elite Wrestling here. Because, what's up?
Go for it. Go.
I was just gonna say there's a lot
to digest.
There's a lot to digest and a lot to talk about. With not only their wins and losses are gonna matter, things like Starcast 2 and All In 2, which I think is gonna be I don't know, man.
No, it's not called All In 2.
Oh, double
or nothing. It's weird because everyone keeps calling it All In 2, Double or Nothing. Or then you hear the other podcasters are like, Double or Nothing, All In 2. It's like, just call it Double or Nothing.
Yeah. So what okay. Let me try to ground myself. It's been a while. Let me ground myself.
I gotta clarify something from the chat.
Yeah, go ahead.
Slam Hub Wrestling. You're wrong and you're right at the same time. He says Tony Khan is richer than Vinnie Mac. That says it all. Tony Khan is not richer than Vinnie Mac, but Tony Khan's father is richer than Vinnie Mac. Tony
It is
Khan is the CEO and president. His father is the lead investor. And just because you got a lot of money doesn't mean you're going to do great things. Look at Impact. Panda Energy put a bunch of money into that, and they still couldn't do nothing.
Exactly. I had a few people on Twitter tell me that All Elite Wrestling feels a little too 2010 Impact to them with all the signings, but we'll get to that later. Now, the two biggest names that were signed were former WWE guys, and we've seen that before in every major North American and somewhat non-American, wrestling promotion.
Right.
Jericho, Pac, the former Neville. I think out of that, I think the biggest bang for your buck there is Pac. I keep wanting to call him Neville. Is Pac? I think having Pac come out with that Dragon's Gate belt, in his ring gear, ready to beat the shit out of Hangman Page, which that match is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Everything about that I think is phenomenal. I think it gives Pac an amazing opportunity, and I don't think this is going to be the last crop of major names that we see signed.
No, because they still need to be able to fill a card for Double or Nothing, and the amount of talent they have now won't fill a card yet.
Oh, well, they don't really have to sign people to fill a card.
True, but everything I'm hearing, Double or Nothing is supposed to be like the official start of AEW.
Okay, I got you. And in a little bit, we will. Dash Cash. I will be talking about that later on. I might do a hot take on that. I don't know if it's too outdated to talk about.
Nope.
But regardless, we will talk about who we want to get signed here in a second. But what I want to talk about is a guy that can't sign, can't show up, can't sign yet, can't really go anywhere right now.
Correct.
Can't go to the Royal Rumble. Can't go to sit at TakeOver, which I don't think he would regardless. Can't go to AEW. Can't sign a contract with AEW. And I'm talking about Kenny Omega. And Tim, off camera, you said he's probably going to sign with AEW. And I said he would be extremely foolish and an idiot if he was to go with his friends over wrestling in every single household in America on Fox and turning out a contract where after a handful of matches he could retire comfortably. Let's have a little debate on this because you had something to say. I've got an argument back.
So
hit me.
Why do you think it's a good idea for him to go to WWE?
So, okay. Yes, of course, AEW, they do have a lot of guys that you want to see Kenny square off against. For me personally, it's also Pac. I want to see Kenny and Pac. But think of his age. What is he, 35?
Let me look it up.
I'm looking it up
right
now. Kenny Omega is 35 years old. You look at his age. He doesn't have a lot of time left in the wrestling business. AJ Styles is 41. He's coming very, 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 very close to the end of his career, and that's okay. That's fine. He's had a great career, much like Kenny Omega. Now, he could go to AEW, which has the opportunity to be one of the biggest independent. It could surpass independent and be a promotion. It can be a contending promotion against the WWE and Impact. And what would be the other one? I guess New Japan? Ring of Honor. Would you call PWG a promotion or still independent?
Independent.
You call that independent?
Yeah.
Okay. I would as well, but I know some people consider it some otherwise because of the names that have shown up there, but okay. It has that opportunity, but the key word is it has that opportunity.
Right.
10 guys, a show announced, another show announced in... That one's in... Well, we don't know a location, but we know the gate proceedings go to the...
Well, all we know is it will be in Jacksonville.
Okay, it will be in Jacksonville. Awesome.
Yeah.
There is potential here. WWE is made. Now, think about this. A lot of people say the WWE product right now is struggling big time. It's been struggling since I joined this channel over a year ago. It has been a struggling product.
Yeah.
You know what helps with struggling products? Bringing things that people enjoy. What do people enjoy? People, they kind of like this Kenny Omega guy. They kind of like him. He's kind of okay in their eyes. Much like they kind of liked AJ Styles. Much like they kind of like Ricochet. He can go to AEW and do great. He can do great things. I think he would do a lot better wrestling on every single home in America, on cable television, Fox TV.
That's if they put him. Now that's if he goes to SmackDown.
And yes, that is. I'm 90% positive you can get USA Network without a cable box.
No,
you need a cable.
Cable or satellite.
Okay, that's fine. Still, let's wait. Okay. Let's say this is all in theory. If he goes to SmackDown, wrestling on Fox has the potential to wrestle, and we don't know if there's going to be a draft anytime soon or a shakeup. But as of right now, guys like Cesaro, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy, Rey Mysterio. Those are 6 guys I just named that, thinking about that in the back of your head, you're like, I need a ball of lotion and to lock my door right now. Those are money matches. There is money. There are... Someone told me when I was at work, and this customer was a wrestling fan, he said, I don't know if Kenny's going to be a draw in the WWE. He's going to be a draw. You can sell out. You can sell out from high school gyms to Madison Square Garden to the fucking where they held the first ever Olympics in Rome. You could sell that arena out with just announcing that Kenny Omega will show up and cut a promo. People like him. People are attracted to him. They like his wrestling, his in-ring work, his promos, his out-of-ring work, the way he is as a person. He's such a likable person. For the same reason a lot of people like Xavier Woods, because he's just a guy being a dude. He has practically guaranteed money in the WWE. Yes, he does in All Elite, but there's no guarantee that All Elite is ever going to get past the 50-yard line. No. They're getting a kickoff, and they're catching it back in their end zone, and they're trying to take this to the other end zone. They may not even get to midfield. We don't know what's going to happen. I genuinely do think Kenny Omega would have the most success going to the WWE. How he can ask for the Randy Orton schedule. He wrestled 60 matches in 2018. AJ Styles wrestled over 135 matches. He could ask for the Randy Orton schedule, say, look, I'll do a couple house shows here and there, but mainly I want to be home. I don't want to be constantly on the road with my current age and risking my body. He is a money printing machine, and he has the opportunity to do some pretty phenomenal things in the WWE. And I think signing with All Elite could be fun, but let's put it this way. If you were handed a contract to go hang out with your best friends, a couple of bros, or go make $1 billion with the WWE, what would you do?
Well, first off, he's not making $1 billion. I've heard he's got contract offers from WWE for a couple million. And the cons...
Which is a lot.
Right, and the cons can offer him the same. They've got the money to offer him the same deal WWE is going to offer him, with even less dates if that's something that entices him.
Mm-hmm. They will give him anything he wants. Maybe not, and they're not going to, Vince isn't going to personally shine his wrestling boots, but if he's going to ask for something, it's going to be considered. Something like creative control, he might not get creative control, but he might get an opportunity to have some more input than most guys would. They know how important he is. There is no way that Vince is not sitting in his chair right now thinking, we need to sign this motherfucker. Not only because he's one of the top talents in the world, not only because he's one of the hottest free agents, mostly, and probably this is in the top of the three things I'm about to mention. Do you really think he wants AEW to succeed? Do you really think?
Who, Vince?
Maybe he does. Maybe he does want AEW to succeed. So the guys in his company, in his mind, would be like, all right, we got to step it up and really make us known. Or I could just sign Kenny Omega and All Elite. Who is that? We have Kenny Omega here. Thanks.
Oh.
That's what I've got to say.
So All Elite's going to be a thing whether they get Kenny Omega or not, which I believe they are going to get Kenny Omega.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if this is for everybody, but at least Cody, the Bucks, Hangman, all of them, they're signing 5-year deals with All Elite Wrestling. They're not just signing 2-3-year deals or whatever. Just say, hey, we'll see how this works out. If it doesn't work out, you go your separate ways. No, they're signing long-term deals.
Of course.
With at least the guys that are going to be executives, work in the front office and stuff. Those guys, they're going to get full benefits. I don't know if they would offer that kind of a contract to Kenny as well. I don't know if Kenny would want to take that kind of a responsibility role. Maybe they'd make him a producer or something backstage for matches that aren't his. I don't know. But the thing you talked about, oh, well, they're going to go and they're going to be on Fox and this and that, or the USA Network. He can go wrestle in front of all these. The Khan family, they're talking with Time Warner to possibly get AEW on TNT or TBS. TNT and TBS, that's comparable, if not better, than USA Network.
Oh, it's like saying it's like comparing ABC to CBS.
Correct.
They're the same exact thing.
But here's the thing: if you are, your argument was, oh, well, he can go wrestle on TV in front of all these people and this and that. But what if AEW gets a good TV deal as well? Now I know.
Okay.
I know what you may say next is, okay, they could get a good TV deal, but who knows if they'll do the same kinds of ratings. Mm-hmm. And yes, that is an unknown. I can say that in a 24-hour time span, yes, it was a special event and everyone wanted to see what was going to happen. But with the Double or Nothing rally on the Being the Elite YouTube channel, I think it has 400,000 views already in less than 24 hours.
Correct.
Now, I know that's not a million people watching live like Raw and SmackDown every week. But again, this is something new that they're going to have to build that fan base. They're going to have to grow that fan base. They're going to have to prove why you should watch them every week. And Kenny Omega going over there, like you said, WWE isn't going to give him creative control. They'll just maybe say, hey, you can put some input in. He goes to AEW, he'll have 100% creative control.
I bet he'll get the Daniel Bryan style of treatment, where it's like, we'll give you something, but if you have some feedback, you let us know.
Travis Ray says, who still watches TBS and TNT? This guy.
I do.
It's called the NBA.
It's called Family Guy on TBS at 3:30 in the morning when I have sleep paralysis.
I've never been a big Family Guy fan.
I'm not like, oh my god, Family Guy's on, I have to watch it. But it's like, if I'm bored, if I'm just chilling on my computer, I don't throw on some Family Guy. I don't mind laughing at some Seth MacFarlane. Seth MacFarlane's a genius. He's quite the man.
His Star Trek ripoff show is not that great.
It's not.
Anyways, back to Kenny Omega.
It's not. Oh, 152,000 subscribers. Yep. Thank you.
Actually, I was going to talk about that later, but okay. So,
spoiler alert.
Here's the thing with Kenny Omega going to All Elite. I think he should go to All Elite because there's better opportunities there. Yeah, you can say, well, he can go to WWE and wrestle AJ, wrestle Cesaro, wrestle Seth Rollins, wrestle Dean Ambrose, wrestle Daniel Bryan.
God, where's my lotion? Jesus.
Yes, he can go and do all those matches, but at the same time, who knows who else is going to get who knows who else is going to get signed with AEW? They can sign some other big name talent that was like, oh crap, that'd be a good match, and it's the unknown factor. Now I know that was your thing. It's the unknown is too unknown.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think you take that risk on the unknown, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's not like WWE's never gonna accept Omega if he doesn't come now.
I mean,
the fact of
you don't think Vince would be a little pissed? Because here's my fear. Kenny goes, nah, I'm gonna go with my boys. It flops. Kenny comes back. Can you hire me? Vince is like, all right, I'll hire you. And I'll fuck you over. You know what I mean? I wouldn't put it past me unless he, kicks the bucket. And a lot of people are saying a name that we haven't really mentioned as a really popular free agent. Kushida.
He's going to WWE. It's almost basically a lock.
Yeah, 205 Live. Here he freaking comes.
NXT first. He's going to be one of those guys.
No. 205 Live first. Go just to 205 Live.
No, because this is what they're going to do. It's going to be the Nakamura thing.
Finish Omega, then we'll continue.
Okay. So, as far as Omega goes, I think he needs to go to AEW because A, he can have more control over what he does there. B, he might have more fun because He's going to have more leeway as far as, oh, he doesn't want to work this show. They won't make him work it. He doesn't want to work a show in WWE. They're going to say, fuck you, pal. You're working the damn show.
I don't want to work this All Elite show. Oh, okay, so one of our biggest draws in the world doesn't really want to wrestle? Oh, yikes.
No, if like they run, say they partner with like Big Time Wrestling. He's like, I can't make it. They're not going to say, no, you better make it. They'll just be like, oh, okay. We'll fill your spot with somebody else.
If it's like
like a house show kind of deal. Like if he were to say, I'm not going to work the house show. But in WWE, if he tried to say that, they'd probably be like, nope, you need to be there.
That's very true. Okay, that's fair.
So with that, there's that thing as far as he can almost make his own schedule with AEW. I don't think WWE would give him that kind of control over his schedule. The other thing, if he goes into WWE, this is where Omega signing could be detrimental to WWE. If Omega goes in and gets, say, a $2 million a year contract, only has to work the Randy Orton schedule. You do 2 or 3 house shows a week, and you're on 3 of the 4 Raws or SmackDowns every month. And not 2 or 3 house shows a week, 2 or 3 house shows a month. He gets that schedule right off the bat. There's going to be guys in that company that have been there for years being like, well, why can't I get paid like that? Why can't I get that kind of schedule? He hasn't been, they're going to say, he may have been a draw in Japan. But who knows if he's going to be a draw here in WWE. Like, they're going to try to play that unknown factor with that. And then
do you really think there's people backstage at WWE going, I don't know if Kenny's going to draw? Or do you really think there's people that think that?
Hey, there could be some sour bitches. You never know.
They could be sad. They could be like, oh, he's going to get a big-ass contract. I mean, it makes sense because he's one of the most popular wrestlers in the world.
Yes, but then you're going to have those other guys that when their contracts come up, they're going to go, hey, I've been here for this long. I've done this, and this. Give me that Kenny Omega money. Or at least give me a raise. Because there's going to be that precedent of, well, we'll pay this guy. Well, why won't you pay me? Like a Dolph Ziggler may say, hey, I've been here forever, and I'm still not even making $1 million a year? No. Give me more money. You know what I mean? That's the one thing that could really disrupt that locker room.
Yeah, no,
if he gets preferential treatment over guys that have busted their asses in WWE for years.
Mm-hmm. That makes total sense. I see where you're coming from.
Let us know. Well, promo. This is exactly where I was going to go next. He says, why is Brock Lesnar getting that paycheck? Because before Brock Lesnar left WWE, he showed that he can draw. Then he went to the UFC and proved that he can draw in America. Then he came back to WWE and once again proved that he can draw within that company in America. Because think about this. When Brock Lesnar is not on TV, he do okay ratings. Whenever they announce Brock, 99% of the time, there's a slight spike in the ratings for when Brock's going to be on a show. Brock is a proven draw.
Yeah, he is a proven draw.
So
let us know down in that comment section there below for the people watching this in post. What do you think Kenny should do? If you were Kenny Omega's manager, what would you urge him to do? If you were Kenny, what would you do? Let us know down there below. Now, continuing on a little bit more with All In. I know this trope has been just beaten into your ears, but dear God, there's so much to talk about with All In, with potential factors and all of these things. We are going to talk about a couple names. Anyone that we feel would be a perfect fit in this lovely, lovely little promotion. Before we talk about it, did you guys know that we sell t-shirts? Did you know that, Tim? Did you know that we sold t-shirts?
We do.
Yes, we do. Where do we sell those t-shirts, Tim?
On the official PWUnlimited TeePublic partner store.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Put the link in the chat. Link is also in the description, I believe. We are now a TeePublic partner store. What that means is not only do we sell Pro Wrestling Unlimited t-shirts, but as a partner of TeePublic, we now help promote other artists on the website and help sell their t-shirts as well. Yes, we get a kickback from it, but they get the major kickback. They make their profits off the t-shirts, and that's what I love about being a partner with TeePublic. We can now help these other artists make a little extra cash from their t-shirts, their hoodies, their phone cases, their stickers. So if you want to go to the link in the description, the link in the chat, Pro Wrestling Unlimited's official T Public store. We've added some of these other artist shirts to our page. And remember, it's not just shirts. It's shirts, hoodies, phone cases, stickers, pillows, tote bags. Well, check it out now. I'm working on a couple new PWU shirts that should be up in the by the end of the month.
Oh, am I going to see some quick screenshots of them?
By the end of the week.
Perfect. Folks, go get yourself a t-shirt. That's all you got to do. Thanks, folks. Now, I got two names in mind. These are my two biggest names that I would really, really, really like to see sign with All Elite Wrestling, because I do feel like this is a lot of fun. I did kind of put down All Elite. I did say that it's a giant chance. But that doesn't mean chances can't be exciting. Doesn't mean chances can't be like, oh, big oof, this sounds fun. My two names would be as such. Will Ospreay and the current Progress Women's Champion, Jordynne Grace.
Now here's the thing though.
What?
They're both under contract to other companies.
Yeah, they're both under contract to other companies, but that's my dream, damn it. It's my dream.
Now, did you hear?
I just want to.
Jordynne Grace's interview with Hog Wrestling.
No, I didn't.
So JD from New York, I'm not plugging his channel or anything, but he does some talent interviews for Hog Wrestling, and he actually interviewed Jordynne Grace, and he asked her, what made you sign with Impact? And she literally said, because they're the first company to actually offer me a contract.
There you go.
So she was like, I had to take it. And yes, she signed that after All In, but a lot of the wrestlers didn't know there was going to be a All Elite Wrestling company coming out of All In. So she was like, well, you know what? Guaranteed money, guaranteed steady work here with Impact. They're going to let me work indies. I'll go there. So if she would have just waited a couple more months, they would have signed her.
Okay. So, while that is true, I do think I know for a fact that Impact's already thinking, how can we get a relationship with AEW? They're already thinking it. We'll give you whoever you want in exchange for like your smallest guy. You know that they want a piece of that AEW action. You know it.
Right.
You know it. Like AEW and Impact, I'd be pretty damn excited to see that. What is HOG? Yeah, what is Hog Wrestling? House of Glory?
House of Glory.
No, never heard of it.
They're based out of the northeast.
Wow, Noah Nolan Perfect says AEW needs Enzo and Cass. That's like saying
no.
That's like saying that they need like a G Fuel Enema. They don't ever need that. They don't. Those aren't wrestlers. They're not. Please don't ever suggest that again. But Tim, who are your two, maybe more, at least two faces that you would like to see in AEW?
So if I looked at everybody available that could sign with AEW, I would probably say if they're going to have a junior division, because we don't know what they're going to have. They're going to have a heavyweight division, a junior division. We know at least there'll be like a world champion, tag team champion, and a women's champion. But I think if they're going to go and have, say, a heavyweight and a junior heavyweight division, they should look at Sammy Guevara.
Oh, that's a real... He is a young stallion.
Yep.
He's real
That's
talented.
someone that I think could do really well for them because he's still young. He's just now getting his name out there. So if they sign him early, he can be that one of those stars that AEW made. Yes, he had his name out there for a year or two on the indies, but AEW can make him that name.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they've got guys like MJF and Joey Janela, but people know who they are already. But most people don't know who a Sammy Guevara is. Because you need to get guys that AEW can call homegrown talents.
Absolutely.
And
we are forgetting that they are working with a promotion in China.
Yeah, Oriental Wrestling Entertainment.
That sounds offensive.
OWE.
OE.
And if I had to think of one other name, I don't know. I know they wanted to try and sign Viper when her contract with World of Sport comes up. Mm-hmm. But I did hear that her goal is to finish this World of Sport contract and go to WWE. It's like she loved being in the Mae Young Classic, and apparently she was upset she couldn't be in the second one.
I don't know if she'd fit in the WWE.
And NXT UK should be perfect.
I guess so. Oh, Brian Pillman Jr., even though he
I
did
think
sign
he signed
with
to
MLW,
MLW.
he is signed to MLW. Oh my god, I completely forgot about MLW.
Yep.
Anyway, there's a lot. Walter
signed to WWE and NXT UK.
Mm-hmm. I love Walter, though. God, Walter's impressive.
Very.
Those are just a couple of names that we would like to see. I'm going to stop beating the horse that is All Elite Wrestling right now until something else comes out a little more substantial.
Well, so I've seen people in the comments asking about Kushida. Kushida announced at the press conference on Monday night that he's done with New Japan. He will let his contract expire, and on January 31st, he will be done with the company. His final match with the company, I think, is on the 29th. He's wrestling Tanahashi. But
it's a good one.
All indications basically are that he's going to WWE. I mean, he said it when he did his little deal. He's like, I'm leaving New Japan and I'm going to go wrestle in the States. Now, he didn't say where because legally he can't. Just like Kenny Omega, legally he can't. But WWE's been interested for a couple of months. He's got friends in WWE. And I just feel like from everything I've heard, that's where he's going to go. That's his goal, is to get to WWE.
I wouldn't mind seeing him in 205 Live.
No, I think they're going to give him the Nakamura deal where it's like, oh, well, you've worked in Japan. We got to throw you in NXT to teach you how U.S. television is filmed and how. That's what I think. That's why they did it to Balor. That's why they did it to Nakamura.
Couldn't imagine. I think the reason you would want Kushida in 205 Live is Drake Maverick has continuously said we're going to bring in some new faces into 205 Live.
I didn't think about that one.
And I think if you just say, you know what, go big or go home, Kushida, come into 205 Live.
I mean, he did say, I've been scouring the world to find new talent.
Exactly.
I forgot about that.
Bringing in Kushida not only means that's a whole new audience you're getting, that not only means you have a Cedric Alexander and Kushida, Drew Gulak and Kushida, Buddy Murphy and Kushida. Those are a lot of cool matches I just named, and more. I honestly think he will go to WWE. He will go to 205 Live. I think he's going to do phenomenal.
Now, Killjoy Army in the chat asked about Pentagon. As far as I know, Pentagon's still under contract to Lucha Underground.
God, remember that company?
Yeah, he signed. So they finished their season 4, and he's signed. Him and his brother Phoenix are signed through a season 5 if it happens. Now, I don't know if they are going to do a season 5. If they do, when they're going to announce it. But if they do announce it, then he's locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he's working for Impact. I don't know what his Impact deal entails. So that's one where it'd be nice. It'd be a really good get. I mean, he's also working for MLW, but that'd be a really good get if they can sign him. But I think that Lucha Underground contract has him stifled right now, and he would have to get approved. He'd have to get approved by Lucha Underground to work for AEW, and they're going to be on TV. And this, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a little too much to unpack there.
Exactly.
There's a lot to unpack there, I should say.
Red Hood, he says, Johnny
Elite. Here's the thing. It'll probably happen.
I mean,
it sounds dumb enough to happen.
I don't know when his Lucha or his Impact deal expires. That's the thing you gotta look at. There's all these guys that people want to see go to AEW, but then you forget, they're actually signed somewhere else.
Yeah, you forget about things like MLW and Lucha Underground and
Impact.
You
and
forget,
things like those guys are locked down into multi-year contracts, not just they're signed to work with the company.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Kai Orton says Joe Hendry.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I don't think he's signed anywhere. He might be signed to World of Sport.
He is signed with World of Sport. I believe he's their champion.
Oh, okay.
I may be wrong about the champion part, but I know for a fact that he is definitely Signed with them.
I knew he did the taping to like the last set, but I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
No, Austin Aries would be too much of a headache for them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. No.
Joey Ryan, I absolutely see him doing that.
Very possible. I think he's hurt with a pec injury or something like that. But they signed Joey Janela, and he's going to be out for like most of 2019.
That's very true. Shane Strickland as well. I think Shane Strickland would be a lot of fun.
I heard he's on WWE's radar, possibly going there.
Yeah, but WWE probably has everyone on their radar, honestly.
Right.
Alrighty. There's a bit of a pay-per-view coming up here in a couple weeks. Oh, fuck. Skylar Browers. Is Matt Cross signed to anyone? Jesus.
Lucha Underground. He's son of Havoc in Lucha Underground.
Okay, anyway, back to the Royal Rumble. Apparently you gave your predictions on the Rumble?
I just said that I think Seth's going to win the men's and Becky the women's. That's all I said.
I'll tell you who wins the men's. Cena.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not kidding.
Why?
Think about it. Seth and Dean for the IC title at Mania, most likely.
No.
Yep. Uh-huh. That's what you're getting. You're getting that match. I promise you.
Why?
You'll get that match. Because who is Dean going to face for the IC title? What makes the most sense? This brotherly feud stretches to WrestleMania. We battle it out like brothers for our brother Roman. There you go. Story built. We battle clean like brothers. Guarantee that'll happen. Roman Reigns is gone. No timetable for his return. Probably won't be back by Mania. Probably won't be back for a while. That's okay.
Right.
Who's your daytime TV babyface?
Your daytime TV babyface?
Yeah. Who's your Today Show babyface? Who's your E! News babyface? Who's the most popular fucking meme on the internet? Who does everyone talk about?
John Cena?
There you go.
But here's the thing.
What?
Cena's got movies in the works here coming up.
Okay.
He was actually supposed to start filming before the Rumble, and I think that movie got pushed back. So that's why he's able to work the Rumble.
That's fine. I guarantee you he wins that Royal Rumble, and I'll tell you who he faces.
Who?
Daniel Bryan.
I don't know about that one, buddy.
Dude, I'm telling you. Think about that.
Honestly, I think Seth is going to win it and challenge Brock. And then they can play up the whole thing of, oh, you really think you can beat Brock at WrestleMania? Your brother Roman couldn't even beat Brock at WrestleMania. But then Seth can go, hey, I took the title from Brock at WrestleMania. And then Heyman can come back and go, no, you kind of weaseled your way in there with a briefcase and a contract to steal the title, not win the title.
I don't think Brock loses to Seth. I don't think, like, I'm not saying that they won't book that. I'm saying Brock will be like, yeah, no, that sounds awful. I don't think Brock would lose to Seth. I say Braun will win the Rumble.
He did already before. After Mania 31.
A clean loss?
I believe so. Let me look it up.
When did he beat him clean?
Because Brock got his rematch after WrestleMania, Battleground 2015.
And he won clean?
I'm looking up the results right now.
I don't think there's a way in hell that he won that match clean. No way. When was the last time Brock lost clean?
So Brock, okay, so here's the thing. You're right.
Yeah, I'm not wrong.
Brock actually won, but he won by disqualification, so Seth kept the title.
There you go. It would probably if they really want someone to do that, 99% positive it's going to be
going back to that match really fast. That was Battleground 2015. It was Brock versus Seth. Undertaker emerged, low blowed Lesnar, chokeslammed him, 2 tombstones, and Rollins was just declared the winner after he was knocked out with an F5.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
And then they did the whole summer of Undertaker and Brock.
Mm-hmm. Now, probably Braun then at that point to face Brock, because I feel like that could be, Brock would be like, all right, I'll legitimately.
Braun was a geek this week on Raw.
Well, he's hurt.
No,
It's
he
not.
forgot his line. He literally tells Brock, "Oh, you're just hiding behind your advocate," and Heyman goes, "No, I'm standing behind him."
I don't know. Everyone forgets their lines. What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
People forget their lines all the time. Hell, I forget my lines on this completely scripted podcast that we do. Hold on, my tab for the Google Doc for the notes is closed. Let me pull up my script again. What page of the script were we on?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. I just think they can't go with someone that's going to be too obvious. I think, God, I don't know.
What, against Brock or against just as
Well,
the winner?
just to win. Becky's too obvious. Well, Becky's fair
What if they
enough.
do? What if they do a Becky Charlotte fallout at the same time kind of deal?
What do you mean? Didn't they already have a fallout?
No. They both get eliminated at the same time. They clothesline, like Charlotte clotheslines Becky. They both tumble over the top rope and they both hit the ground at the same time. Lex Luger Bret Hart finish.
I was gonna say, is he going for a Batista bomb and Vince is gonna come down and bust both his quads?
Oh Lord,
That was the first Rumble I ever watched. Fun fact.
that was here in Fresno.
Yep. I don't know. Maybe. I think there's too much. I don't know. I don't know. Like, there's just so much.
You know who thinks they're gonna win the Rumble? The man starting number 30. Oh, our Trizzle.
You think he would win that and face Bryan?
No, but I can honestly, because they've been pushing him so much on SmackDown, I could see him Final Four.
Well, in theory, yeah, he's gonna have to be Final Four. Well, it doesn't have.
Not technically. He can come out as number 30, and there still be like 12 guys in the ring.
Yeah, isn't that kind of horseshit to you that we know who number 30 is?
A little bit.
I don't like that.
But
really
it's not like the number 30 spots won a bunch of times. The number 27 spot's the most successful spot.
Who came out as 30 last year?
I know it was 2017. I don't know 2018. Here, let me just look it up.
Well, Roman was 17, right?
Right.
Who came out as number 30 last year?
I'll tell you right now. It was Dolph Ziggler.
That's right.
Dolph Ziggler had been away for a while. Like, they kept him off TV. And this was supposed to be the big push of Dolph Ziggler. They're going to reinvent Dolph Ziggler. So they thought him coming out at number 30 would be great. And he was eliminated by Goldust.
Yeah, isn't that something fucking special? Isn't that something special? Though, who do you guys think would win the Rumble? Who would you like to see win the Rumble? Let us know down in the comments below.
There's one more Rumble question for you.
Host. Go ahead.
One surprise for the men, one surprise entrant for the women.
One surprise for the women. Viper.
She can't. She's signed to World of Sport.
she's still under World of Sport.
I think someone that's feasible for them to get for the Women's Rumble as a surprise would be Caitlyn. She did work the Mae Young Classic. She ain't signed to nobody because she ain't really wrestling. I can throw her in there as a nostalgia pop.
Well, I mean, they could do that with Lita too.
I'm just saying somebody that wasn't in last year's Women's Rumble.
I'm trying to think of something that people would want to see.
I mean, she got a good reaction during the Mae Young Classic.
Well, of course she did. Everyone got a good reaction.
No.
I don't know. Maybe,
No, he didn't. Not Madison Rayne.
Maybe, what's her name? Io Shirai.
Oh, yeah, I could say a couple NXT girls. Like we saw last year, a couple NXT girls.
I'll tell you who's going to be the male surprise.
Who?
I think it'll be Dream. I think Velveteen Dream, he'll be one of a couple NXT guys, but he's going to be the important NXT guys that come out of there. And he's going to have a killer performance. I can promise you that much.
You think they'd put him in instead of... Now remember, last year there was 2 NXT guys. You think
Almas and Cole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think they'd put him and Black maybe?
Him and Riddle.
Ooh, Riddle would... That'd be a great one to put in there because people probably wouldn't expect it because he's so new,
Mm-hmm.
but people would just go nuts.
Oh yeah, the bro chants that would go through that stadium.
Yeah.
Are you going, by the way?
No,
Okay. Um,
I wouldn't be
the
back in time the next day to take the kids to school in the morning.
big oof. What are you
Yep.
gonna drive?
We were gonna drive, yeah.
Why not just fly?
That's too much money.
Ah, how much is a flight to Arizona?
More than I got in my bank account.
Fair enough. I think it'll be Dream and Riddle. I think that'd be fun. Maybe maybe they can do 3 Dream and Riddle. I don't know what they're planning on doing with his Ono shit. Maybe they can have Ono come and spoil it or something for him. Maybe. Also, I
Maybe.
feel like Ono's gonna have to go up there soon.
No, not that technically. He could be that guy in NXT that just stays down there forever. Ty Dillinger was supposed to be that guy.
Yeah, but he still needs his.
But I've heard that he's happy just working in NXT.
Oh, I'm
He
sure.
likes it.
Oh, you know what'd be funny?
Huh.
If we get Ryder in the Rumble and we have like a bro stare down, that'd be funny.
Well, yeah,
I think
that would be pretty funny.
everyone's saying Chavo Guerrero would be a cool surprise entrance.
You ain't gonna put Chavo in there when he's involved in a concussion lawsuit against the company.
God no. Travis Reyes, you guys gonna do a post-show recap for Takeover Liverpool?
It's Takeover Blackpool, and yes,
Yes, we are.
I won't be able to watch the show live, so it'll be sometime Saturday night. My daughter's birthday party is basically right in the middle of that show, so I will not be able to watch the show live.
Oh, that's right. Roderick Strong was in the Greatest Rumble.
True.
Tony
So
Brown
was-
says, "Who is the sexiest
Yeah.
WWE women's wrestlers, both brands?" I'm gonna go ahead and say that for Raw, it's
Lex Bliss.
no, I'd go with like the sexiest WWE wrestler. I'd go with like Bo Dallas. For SmackDown, I'd say Joe. Those are the sexiest in my opinion.
Now you said, well, Roderick was in the Greatest Royal Rumble. Yeah, but so was Dan Matha and Tucker Knight.
They like heavy machinery though.
Oh yeah, they're coming up to me watch. So they wrestled last night after SmackDown.
I like that. I like that a lot. They are such a SmackDown team. They're funny. They're good at wrestling. They can get a crowd going. They're a lot like the New Day.
In a way,
They're a
Otis
white
has-
New Day.
Otis has great comedic timing,
Yeah, he really does. I love Otis.
and he's not afraid to make himself look goofy.
Which are like you gotta appreciate that in a talent.
Yeah.
That is not afraid to just be like, dude, I don't care if I look stupid. People are laughing. Why do you think I do this podcast? People think
Exactly.
I'm cool for some reason. I like it. I think that is a phenomenally great idea. I think it's a lot of fun.
But as we continue to talk here, we also want to open up the show to you guys. You can call in and ask us some questions as well. Number is on the screen, 559-475-8473. We will start taking some calls now. If you guys want to call in and ask questions for either myself, Nick, or both of us.
And George John Cox says, "So who's the new guy, Tim? Has it been that long?" Oh my.
All right.
Oh my god.
So, Nick,
All right, Tim. What's up?
I have a question for you.
I maybe got an answer.
You ever heard of a female wrestler named Tuna?
Tuna. Do you like tuna?
I
Like
like
tuna
tuna.
sandwiches?
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of tuna, but I'm a big fan of like tuna melts.
Have you
Tuna
heard
melts.
of a female wrestler named Tuna?
No, I don't think I've ever heard of her in my life.
So there's a female wrestler named Tuna.
I saw what happened. You don't have to inform me like I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I've been
I
up
was
to
building it up for the people listening. Anyways, Priscilla Kelly put a quote-unquote used tampon in Tuna's mouth during a wrestling match at a show where there was no rules and no ring.
There's also no children allowed. It was 21 and up, I believe.
I believe so.
Yep. 21 and up.
So Priscilla Kelly's been getting a lot of slack for this, a lot of heat, some may
I think-
say.
Unfair heat, in my opinion.
And her thing is, you know, when everyone was, you know, she did a podcast for the Observer website, and they were asking her, and they were just like, you know, well, what's all the commotion been about, and this and that, and what do you think about it? And she just goes, pro wrestling's fake. The spot was fake. It wasn't a real used tampon.
Okay, I don't like her saying that. I don't like her
Like
saying that.
she said that on Twitter too. That was her first like comeback. She was just like, "Well, we know this is all fake, and that was fake."
Okay, so this is what I have to say. First of all, we've 100% seen worse. We've seen a lot worse happen in wrestling than a gimmicked tampon going into someone's mouth. Whatever. I could care less. The same people that laugh at Joey Ryan pulling a lollipop out of his dick are the same people that are saying that this is gross. It's a double standard which no one wants to acknowledge, and that's fine. You don't have to acknowledge it, but at least understand you're being a piece of shit. I know for a fact most wrestlers wear two pairs of tights. So, probably wasn't hanging out in her vagina. It was probably in between the tights, and she pulled it out. I think the spot's fine. I think it's funny, comedic. I find it in the setting in a 21 and up show in a match that didn't have her. If you have a problem with this not being that's not real wrestling, why are you not bringing up the fact that there was no ring in this match? Why is that
Right?
where you're like, oh,
There's no
well,
ring of the
that's
show.
exactly where you're like, oh, well, that's just bad. No ring, psh, I can look past that. Use tampon, that hurts my eyes. Go fuck yourself. Like, same people are like, oh, that's gross. That's so awful for the business. Same people are like, ha ha ha, Drew Maverick pee-peed himself. Shut up.
Oh,
Fuck off. Here's the thing.
Kaintai, choppy choppy Valvina's peepee.
Exactly. Here's the thing. Katie Vick was a thing given years ago. Still a thing. Sex with a dead body. John Cena poured shit on Dolph Ziggler. The amount of time feces has been used in wrestling in general. Enzo
The New Day drop crap on freaking. I mean, there's been a lot of those segments where DX drop crap on the Spirit Squad. Eddie Guerrero shot crap at Big Show from a sewage truck.
Exactly. This is nothing that we haven't seen before in wrestling. It just happened that it was one thing that someone didn't look at the opposite side of the coin. The opposite side of the coin would be, for example, Joey Ryan. I think it's funny. I personally find it that's just funny to me. Haha, that's funny.
Here's the thing why people got so mad. Because they all believed that it was a real used tampon.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Comes out that it was fake. You go, oh, I mean, all right, I guess. Anyway, new topic. Guys like Jim Cornette, where he's like, this is a disgrace to my business. I love Cornette. I think he was great in it for his time, but
No, I fully understand.
Garbage starts smelling like shit when it's left out a little too long. If you know what I'm saying.
Exactly.
I think it's fine. I think they're looking way too into this. I don't know. What happened is done. It happened. She now has, I believe, a T-shirt that goes to benefiting some women's cause. I don't exactly know what the case is, but she has a T-shirt where all the proceeds go to that, which I love. It's raising awareness. That's fine with me. Joey Ryan does this spot where he takes lollipops out of his wiener. People grab his wiener constantly. Wrestling is stupid half the time. It's stupid. Just roll with it. And if you don't like it, guess what? There's like 25 million other promotions for you to go watch. So shut up, enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, go find something you do enjoy. I could care less. Thank you, fuck you, goodbye.
Let's take a call. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good. Yourself?
I just had a kind of a question and a comment. Do you guys think it's a mistake to have 3 women's matches on the Royal Rumble? Both the Raw and SmackDown match, as well as the Women's Royal Rumble. And just to back up Nick's claim to have Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania, I'm going to Raw about 3 weeks before WrestleMania, and Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose was being advertised for the Intercontinental title. These things are always subject to change, but that's what was being advertised for Raw.
So here's the thing with
those kinds of things are always subject to change.
Here's the thing with the advertisement, though. A lot of times the advertisements get sent out like 6 months in advance when they book the building, and they never get changed. So then they run the commercials with matches that are never going to happen. I mean, when they came here for the week before Christmas and whatnot, on the radio, they were still advertising AJ Styles as the champion and Roman Reigns possibly appearing. Like, it was a SmackDown show, and for some reason they were advertising Roman.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for your call, but also, he sounded like he was on the verge of tears. Cheer up. Don't be sad. He sounded like he was crying. I was
Right.
very concerned. Thanks for the call, brother.
But as far as
I don't know.
this question on 3 women's matches at the Royal Rumble, I see nothing wrong with it. You got to have your title matches, and you got to have your women's Rumble. Nothing wrong with it. That's like saying, why do we have so many men's matches on the same show? It's just like, hey, even it out. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. Let's take another call. Caller on the air, what's going on?
Good, Nick. How's it going?
Pretty good.
First and foremost, Nick, welcome back.
What happened? We lost Nick for a second here. Give me one quick second.
Gotcha.
All right, that's fine. I'm gonna call Nick back. What's going on?
Hey, we're going. My question is just like one question. In your opinion, this is like the first year now. I was like, honestly, what wrestler, anywhere, WWE or Indies, which wrestler do you think is gonna have a big year? Honestly, in the beginning of the year, I think it's gonna be Neville, because Neville's gonna have probably two. He's gonna have 2 awesome matches this year that could be match of the year. He's going up against Will Ospreay, and he's going up against one of my favorites, Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh God, those are 2 great matches.
Yeah, is that Nick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome back, brother.
Thanks, brother. I missed you, man. I hope you've been good.
I have. So who is you think gonna have like a good, like, who's gonna have a good year this year? I think it's Neville because of those 2 matches alone.
You know what? I gotta go ahead and shoot that agreement with
I mean,
you there.
I mean Pac, not Neville. I'm sorry. I'm used to
Pac.
Neville.
I see
Pac, my bad.
Pac's gonna have a phenomenal year. I think the AEW is gonna be massive. The matches with Ospreay and Sabre Jr. are gonna be massive. Ever since his return, people have nonstop been thinking, "What's next for Pac?" I think Pac is gonna have a 2019 to remember.
My last thing, I'll just say this: Pac, Zack Sabre Jr. probably match of the year. I'm saying it now.
I think it'll be Ospreay and Pac being match of the year.
You think that one would be
Would
better?
you have to-
Yeah, I can see that.
Whew.
I see
Well,
Ospreay
we'll
being a
see.
little bit better since he changed up his style.
Right.
Right. We'll see. Well, thanks for taking my call, guys.
No problem.
Absolutely,
Have
man.
a great
You
night.
Have a good one, bro.
All right. See you.
I missed him. Let me tell you, I missed him a lot. Also, we gotta fix me getting fucking put
I
on
already-
hold every
I
time
already
you guys
fixed
are
it.
called.
I was clicking
Thanks.
the wrong button.
Okay.
As far as who other than Pac we think could have a good 2019, I said I got to ask this question the other day on here, and I said not as a wrestler, but just in the wrestling business, Cody, because he's taken on a completely new role than he's ever had before. He's going to be an executive in All Elite Wrestling. He's going to have a very, very big role in that company, and he's basically following in his father's shoes. So outside of the ring, I think Cody's going to have a big year.
I think Cody will definitely. Well, all of those elite guys. It'll be a big year for the elite.
I think Cody more than the Bucks, because I think Cody's really more like, I know what my dad used to do. I want to prove that I can do what he did, and I want to prove, or I want to do him justice. I think Cody's got more to prove. I think Cody's got more to prove when it comes to helping run this company.
He does have a lot to prove, but I think he's. I don't think he's going to be in danger of not being able to deliver. I think
Oh,
he's
no,
gonna
no,
be
no, no,
fine.
no. Not at all.
Not at all. Whew.
Let's take another call.
Alrighty.
Calling on the air, what's going on?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, hello. So I have a question about the Royal Rumble coming up.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And so the debuts, do you think EC3 and Lars Sullivan will make their debut?
So here's the thing about that. Here's the thing
why
about
not?
that. According to Brian Alvarez today, Lars Sullivan was supposed to debut on Raw. He never debuted. Then
Oh.
they were going to debut him at SmackDown. He didn't get debuted. And then Alvarez teased that Meltzer may know something that he doesn't know, and they may talk about it on their podcast tonight as of why Lars did not debut this week.
All right. Yeah, that's all that I wanted to know.
Yeah, so Lars is supposed to be up at any time. He was supposed to be up this week, apparently.
All right. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
absolutely,
he'll
man.
do
Thank
well
you
in
for
the
your call.
Rumble.
Yeah,
For sure.
definitely.
Thanks for your call, big man.
Have a great night.
Yep, no problem.
Have a good one, dude.
I think if they want to push Lars big fast, you have him eliminate like 9-10 guys in that Rumble.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's been a while since I've been back on one of these, man. Feels real
Do
good.
one or two more calls. If anybody else does want to call in, 559-475-8473. 559-475-8473. If you want to be one of the last few callers of the night before we wrap this up.
I do want to say, before we do wrap up, we've got a lot in store, and I'm super, super excited, man. I'm really excited. We're gonna. God, can I spoil a little bit?
You can do it after this call. Caller, you're on the air. What's up? What's going on?
Yes. I've been thinking about this, and I have been watching Mean Gene and Macho Man promos.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
What is your favorite Mean Gene Macho Man promo? Personally, I like the one where Macho Man has like 2 jars of candy.
Fuck, that was mine.
Yep.
Yes.
Mine too.
And like, I like the one where like he's all like, "Oh, did I pour it all over your head? No, I poured it all over mine. Oh, did I pour it all over your head? No, I poured it all over Miss Elizabeth." I love that one.
It's a really, really good promo. Tim, what's yours, man?
The same one.
Same one?
Yeah.
It's a pretty classic promo. Thanks, man. I really appreciate your enthusiasm.
Yep.
Have a good night.
One, big man. God, he
You
came
too.
in guns blazing. He knew what he wanted to talk about. I appreciate that about.
You can never do better
You never
than
go
the
wrong.
whole "What you doing, Mean Gene?" or "Let me tell you something, Mean Gene." Like Hogan, Mean Gene, that was just the perfect pairing.
Yeah, Mean Gene. God dang, Mean Gene was just.
I loved what they did with Hogan on Monday.
I didn't.
Why?
I think could have fucking. Why? Just give him a little video tribute and call it a day. Fucking fuck Hogan. I fucking hate Hogan. Piece of shit. I
Let's
just
take
really
one final
fucking
call.
hate Hulk Hogan. Fucking racist prick.
Let's take one final call, and then Nick will have a spoiler for everybody. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Fucking brain aneurysm.
Caller,
What's
going
up,
on?
man?
Oh, I'm on air. Oh,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I had a comment about
Okay.
reason of Kenny Omega going to WWE.
Yeah.
That reason is because Roman is out, so there goes their top guy.
No, they could
Right.
they could easily make anyone they want their top guy.
But
I don't know about easily.
You don't have like a big name. Like you could probably make Seth Rollins your next big guy. Brock's probably going to be there, but that's part time. You make your next big guy Kenny Omega. That's going to bring fans from all over very interested. Like
He's got. I mean, caller, you have a point. I want to say thank you for the call. You have a point as far as you can bring Kenny in and he can fill that Roman Reigns slot as the top babyface of the company. Because with guys like Braun Strowman, Seth Rollins, you've kind of screwed them a little bit. And fans do care about them, but at the same time, there's many fans that don't care about them. You at least know if they were to get Omega, boom, right off the bat, number one babyface. They don't even have to try.
Definitely, but here's the thing: if Kenny Omega's sitting in the big office with Vince and says, "Look, I can be your next big guy," Vince could say, "No, I could literally make Styles, Joe, Mysterio, Almas, Mustafa, Alexander, going over to Raw. You could get, God, you could always make Cena the big guy, Dean, Seth. Fuck, he can make Apollo if he wanted to. He can make big guys."
Then why aren't they?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sitting in the fucking boardroom with him.
It's just
Big Kahuna's right. Some people don't care about Omega. That's fine. He's still good at wrestling.
right.
I want to spoil something.
Go
Should I
for it.
say what we're opening back up?
Yeah.
Because it's all but confirmed. Okay. This is going to be met definitely with heavy criticism from fans and from people, and I understand, but we are going to be opening back up the Patreon. But this time, we're going to be opening up the Patreon with a more clear direction, more product to give, and more incentive. The first time around with the Patreon, it was a little rough. We were a little bit of a niche channel. It was wrestling. We did the podcast and things like that, but we were still a niche channel.
I'll admit we tried to say, hey, everyone else is doing a Patreon, let's try, but then we didn't come up with a plan for it. Now we have a plan.
Exactly. We do have a plan. You guys are going to be getting some more podcasts that will go up on here, but they will go up early for Patreon. There will be a Patreon exclusive podcast that will only go up on there. You'll also get things like Nicholas over on the website has a ton of great article ideas, some great list ideas, some great biography ideas that he's going to be rolling out pretty soon. You're going to get podcasts on a whole bunch of things that you guys have been asking for weeks. Not only that, you guys are going to be getting a non-wrestling podcast where Tim and I can talk and just shoot the breeze. And we do understand that not all the time money is a lot. I went through recently before I got my full-time job where I didn't have a lot of cash. So it's not going to be the, $5, $10, $15, $20. We're going to keep it simple. Going to keep it real simple to start out. 1, 3, 5.
Yeah.
Maybe later. Maybe pretty soon. Roll out of 10.
Yeah.
1, 3, 5. $1, $3, $5. You guys are going to be getting a ton of content that I'm excited to start rolling out for you guys.
But the thing is, we need the help there because we can only grow so much here on YouTube. YouTube's only going to pay us so much. Our website's only going to pay us so much. So now we need help from you guys to help bring us to that next, I don't want to say we've hit a plateau, but we need more. We need help from you guys to fund more projects. We have ideas. Go for it.
What I was going to say is that it was what I used to say back when I worked at Krispy Kreme was tips aren't mandatory, but they're always appreciated.
Exactly.
And I know a lot of people like, oh, what are tips going to go to? Like, you guys eating dinner? Yes and no. It's going to go to us eating dinner, but it's also going to go to making sure we can get one big thing that I want Tim to get is a fucking desktop computer. That's what I want you to get, a desktop. We want to get things that are going to make the broadcast and the channel and the brand a lot better for you guys.
Right.
We're not collecting money to put money in my pocket. We want to raise some money with the help of you guys and give you guys back some great stuff that I know that you're going to love. You guys are the best. I love you all to death. Pretty soon the Patreon's going to roll out and be the full-time thing. And don't worry, nothing's changing on here.
No.
Like, the Wednesday podcast won't go away. Raw and SmackDown reviews won't go away. The news, you're going to get breaking news soon as it happens, just like Tim has always been doing. But you're just going to get a little bit extra over on the Patreon. We just want
to bring you guys more than what we're doing already.
We want to bring you guys more, but we also want to make sure that we're not.
We just need help in bringing you guys more.
We don't want to put ourselves in a situation where we bring you more and it's kind of hurting us.
Right.
Crazy JJ asks, what's the exclusive Patreon podcast? As of right now, it's going to be a non-wrestling podcast.
One of them. We might have a couple.
Yeah, we'll have a couple. One that we know for sure will just be a non-wrestling podcast where we can shoot the shit. You guys can ask questions about anything. It'll be live again as well. It'll also go up on the YouTube as well later on. No. That's completely negating what Patreon exclusive means. We have some that'll go up on Patreon first and then the YouTube, which are, again, things that you guys have been asking for. So,
correct.
Really hope you check it out pretty soon, folks. We'll keep you updated as it goes on. My name is Nick. You can follow me on Twitter at ArmWeek21. Well, also on Twitter at PWUnlimited. Facebook/Pro Wrestling ULTD, right here on YouTube. Check out our good friends at Fightful, Fightful.com, Twitter at FightfulOnline. Tim, where can they find you?
You can basically find me everywhere at Timmy Buddy. Now, again, I want to preface, are you going to join me Saturday night for the NXT UK?
I'm going to
Post-show?
say no because I think I'm closing the store.
Okay, that's fine. I will be going live, at least, with the NXT UK post show. I don't know what time yet because, like I said earlier, my daughter's birthday is Friday. Her birthday party is on Saturday in the middle of the show. So I will not be able to watch the show live. I will have to watch the show after it already takes place and then be able to bring you guys our recap review podcast. But we will have one on Saturday night for sure.
Absolutely. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.